And Mr. Broaddus.
Yeah.
I tell you what, man. We are back. Appreciate everybody tapping in with us here on the Crown Global Media here at the headquarters. I'm sitting on the Iron Throne there. Brian's on his side of the mothership. Man, Brian, I get upset with social media sometime, Brian. Let me sit my Crown Global pen down. I get upset with social media sometimes, Brian. You know, people pay us a lot of big bucks to analyze, you know?
Sure.
.com, Crown Global, whoever, 105.3, my own YouTube. They come to us for nuanced breakdowns, Brian.
Right.
I really get upset when I see people hop on the internet, and that's why we're here to fix this. You know, we're here to give information. When they go on the internet, they be like, Voch, chill out. It's just the Jets. Brian, there's a lesson in every bar. Every single last one of them. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happens for no reason. I learned so much about this football team yesterday. And to be fair, it is the Jets.
Yeah.
But what happens when a superstar corner chases Pickens around? Like, what does the rest of your offense look like?
Yeah.
How do you adapt when 80% of your offensive line goes down?
Right.
How much better is your run offense getting?
Right.
What's your run defense look like versus this group of running backs that, you know, give you different challenges and varieties and things, Brian? We learned so much yesterday. I'm not just leaning into the, Voch, it's just the Jets. This don't mean nothing. It's just the Jets. I learned so much about this team yesterday, Brian. And we're going to talk about that throughout the day because that's what we do on Mondays. We recap the game that we just beat the hell out the other team there. Cowboys beat the Jets 37-22. A lot of that, you know, Jets points was later in the game in the fourth there, Brian. But the first thing I'll just kick this off, this fantastic bit of analysis that we have, Bryan Broaddus. Schottenheimer can overcome some adversity and coach through it, Brian.
Right.
I remember in my day, which ain't your day because your day is back in the 60s probably.
Sure.
But back in my day, if Tyron Smith would get hurt, the whole offense would collapse.
Sean Lee,
the whole defense collapses, Brian.
Yeah.
You not only went out there with a mismatched offensive line, Hakeem Adeniji played left guard, Brian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You back up right guard and center. The only starter you were left with is the guy that you was trying to move on from.
Trying to replace.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was trying to. And, man, the Cowboys found a way to stay consistent and put their 30-plus points up on the board, Bryan Broaddus. I was impressed with some of the schemes that we saw. I was impressed with how Dak was able to move around the pocket and navigate pressure. We talked about, hey, Shotty needs to get better in these middle-late situations.
Right.
Coming back from the half, there's still work to do.
Still be work to done, yeah.
But at the end of the half, Brian, or going into the half, I think this is one of Shotty's best goals at getting better in terms of calling timeouts, saving them, giving us another shot. Javonte Williams taking it to the house is a plus, but you still feel like Shotty put them in that spot because of his game management.
Yeah.
Brian, there's so many lessons. We're going to go over all of them, but what was your major takeaway from Cowboys Jets?
Yeah, from what you just said, though, and listen, you know, the Jets, you know, they are who they are. Okay, let's not take away that. But listen, Dallas, all things being equal, Dallas being healthy is really no match for the Jets. Really no match. They would be a more talented football team. But start to take away pieces. And then it becomes the Jets and the Cowboys are almost an equal team.
Yes, sir. For sure.
They're almost an equal team. When you start to take away, if you go through and go player by player or position by position, look at where maybe the Jets had the advantage over you in this particular football game. There was probably going to be a wash at wide receiver with Wilson against Cowboys secondary.
Sure.
Probably a win for the Jets.
Definitely.
The quarterback, win for you.
Yeah.
Offensive line, maybe a win for the Jets.
Yeah.
Start taking away pieces, and now this is really an even game.
Yeah.
Because Dallas clearly is better with all hands on deck.
if your first team is Pickens, Tolbert, Flournoy, Nate Thomas, Hakeem Adeniji at left guard, we like, man, dog, we're not going to win a game this year.
This was very much a preseason game offensive line. And I mean that in no disrespect.
I've seen preseason lines better than this one, bro.
Yeah, no, and absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And so where you won yesterday, you won in the offensive line play.
Yeah.
You won with backup receiver, starters, it was a wash when it came to when you look at Pickens, he made that one big play. By the way, his catch of the slant right before the end of the half got Dallas from the shadows of their own end zone. And it set them up.
Then it opened up a little.
It opened up. It opened up. So to me, this game was really pretty even when you start taking away all the pieces. And where Dallas won yesterday, they won at quarterback, they won on the defensive line, they won on their offensive line, and they also won at coaching is where they won. Now, we'll talk about the Cowboys' run defense a little bit. If that game turned into where it was really, really close, Dallas might have been in trouble playing run defense yesterday with Breece Hall. Might have been in trouble. But they were able to generate pass rush. It's why? Because Dallas was kind of able to, a little lull in the second half when it came to offensive football, not doing exactly what you needed to do, getting some situations where play calling got a little wonky. Shoddy, even after the game, admitted he got away from the run, should have maybe stuck with the run a little bit more in that third quarter. But you had that lead right there.
Yeah.
And so to me, where Dallas needed to win yesterday, they won.
Yeah.
They won at backup wide receiver. They won at offensive line. They won at quarterback. They won at pass rush. And they won at coaching.
Brian,
that's what got it done for them.
I'm so unfamiliar with this one at coaching term, Bryan Broaddus. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they had the better coaches yesterday.
Yeah.
I was born in 92, Brian.
Sure.
I know nothing of my coach won a game for me. Like when Parcells was coaching, I may have been like 12 or something. I wasn't all in like that, Brian. I'm all in now. In my adult life, I've never seen that before. But if you just take away Jets garbage time shenanigans or whatever, right? Even if you had all of your starters, 37-6 ain't a bad game.
No, super impressive.
That's a good whooping for the Jets.
Yeah.
With your starters.
Right.
You only had 4 of them yesterday.
Yeah.
Dak, Terrence Steele, Javonte Williams, Ferguson, and Pickens or whatever, right? Brian, I'm watching the play calling. I'm watching guys in the right spot. I can't wait to break down film for us, Brian.
Yeah.
I got some stuff.
Sure.
I got some shift for us to look at on this daggone board, Clay Nabs and all those guys. Big picture, and then I'm going to get into, player to player. I don't think Flus did much different this game. We may have some different dudes involved.
Right.
And in pass rush land, you may have won your one-on-ones a bit more. But I don't think Flus did too much different. Brian, I just ask you this. In your many years of football and your wisdom, this Jets offensive line, I don't think it was very bad. I think it was
surprisingly how poor they were yesterday, to be honest with you.
2 first-round picks and tackles that have been playing good this year. Simpson at left guard was a guy that's kind of been giving it up a little bit, but he's not a terrible player.
Right.
Myers and Tippmann have been fine.
Yeah.
I think the Giants group was much worse. The Giants group across the board, all 5 of them, I think that you could have taken advantage of.
Right.
But you didn't. The Bears group altogether wasn't great, but that left tackle in particular, I feel like you could have beat the hell out of him, Braxton Jones, but you didn't.
Right.
Even the Packers group had its issues, and you didn't really beat their ass like that. I think this Jets group, in terms of what they put on tape the first 4 games, maybe the second best group that you've dealt with this year, not named the Eagles, Brian.
They were the healthiest by far.
Very healthy.
This is a team that had not. There's only 2 teams in the league that had all 5 starters play through the first 4 weeks of the season with no lineup changes, and the Jets were one of them.
Because even in your Eagles game, like Dickerson gets hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Juergens is a scrub or whatever. But Brian, I'm looking at this Jets offensive line. I was like, man, I'm not ready to give the Cowboys credit.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got the number. There was like 20-something pressures.
Yeah, it was.
Dante Fowler had many of them.
Yeah.
On the left.
Well, Fasano, the left tackle, he had 10 pressures alone given up in that football game. So yeah, across the board, they really, really struggled yesterday.
James Houston getting involved again.
Yeah.
Osa getting his. Kenny Clark got more sacks than Michael Park. Brian, what made him play well this game? Is this something that maybe a coach tapped him on the shoulder?
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, okay. Here's where this might have been different. With Coach Whitecotton being a former Jet.
Oh, hell nah, Brian.
All right, now.
Hell nah, Brian.
All right, now just hear me out on this one. Hear me out.
They saved the best rushes for the Jets.
I just telling you, man, that maybe they had a little bit better idea scheme-wise what they want to do. I will disagree with you on something. I felt like that there was some things in this football game, pressure-wise and looks-wise, that were different than what we've seen the first 4 weeks of the season with Flus.
Man coverage and stunts, right?
Man coverage and stunts.
Sure.
For example, you talk about the Houston sack. He had 1.5 sacks. The sack he had, what they did was they took the 2 defensive tackles and put them on the outside right of the Jets' offensive line, and they put the 2 edges to the same side. So they had tackles on one end and edges on the other. What did they do? They ran Osa, they ran Thomas inside, and now you get penetration. The Jets, we talked about this in leading up to this game. The Jets not being able to handle some of the gap exchanges, not being coordinated with the running backs, not being able to pick these things up. I think Flus took advantage of that. They could not get guys off to pick up. They chose to man these stunts, and what happened is they couldn't get guys off onto the loopers. And so, the penetration was good. It wadded everything up. And then you got a guy like Houston that's coming right around the corner right there tight.
It's a long loop, too.
Yeah, it's a long loop, but he came tight. Once they got the penetration, he came down inside. And then, to what's happening in the pocket, the coverage on the outside, Fields in that game, Voch told you, when he broke down Fields, he's going to hold the ball. He's going to look. You make him have to hold it, make him have to make a decision. There was a chance for him to get rid of that football. He didn't do it. He had a guy right there in front of his face, pulled the ball down, and then he got Houston right on top of you. So there were some things scheme-wise that looked different, very reminiscent of what we maybe used to see from Dan Quinn when he used to move Micah Parsons around and then have 2 defensive linemen on one, 2 tackles on one side, and then try and penetrate that thing and loop it with maybe Micah in the A gap there. So there was some scheme things that he did different. And maybe this is something that maybe Aaron Whitecotton told him going into the game. Hey, move these guys. Make them have to chase you. And I think the Cowboys took advantage of that.
Did you have a number for how much zone versus man that they lined up again?
I could surely look that up.
Why are you doing that, though? Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
I really do think that this came down to just dudes winning their one-on-ones, Brian. Like just whoever's lined up in front of you, just beating that guy. Yeah. That's what I think a lot of this came down to. And kudos to them. I may ask you this later in the week again, Brian, but I think injuries kind of played a part in this too. Sanborn going down, Malik Hooker being out. Donovan got hurt towards the end of the game. We'll be tracking that throughout the week though, Brian. But Shamar James played a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Shamar James played a whole bunch. Leofau played more than he normally plays, but James got a ton of snaps, Brian. And he led the team in tackles, I believe, Brian. What'd you see from him? Shamar James. The thing with Shamar James. My bad, you was reading it.
No, I was listening to you, and I'm like, okay, which players are you going to ask me about here?
Shamar James.
Okay, let's be real honest about this one then.
Sure.
Shamar James on the field, over 8 yards of carry for the Jets.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys. Osa was like a 5. There were a couple of guys that were like in that 5 range. The run defense stuff wasn't great.
Sure.
If you talk about nearest defender on a pass play, Jets were 10 of 11 with him being the nearest defender for 86 yards.
A lot of them tackles came from him tackling a receiver down the field somewhere.
15 tackles in this thing. When they ran the football, there were a couple different times where he took himself out of place. Him and Murray both took themselves out. But what you have is you have more speed. Now, that when they went for the spy, it was Murray on the spy. There was a blitz where James got a pressure as a blitzer. I thought he would be the spy guy. But if you believe in metrics, if you believe in like, oh, well, who's around the football? Yeah, over 8 yards a carry, 10 of 11 in passing, but 15 tackles right there.
Sure.
You have to be encouraged by him getting to the football and making the tackles.
Yeah.
But the whole thing with nearest defender is, hey, was he responsible for the coverage, or was he in an area? Was it a zone area where maybe he should have driven on the ball? I think for how many snaps he played in that football game, he played well. So you could talk all you want about the yard. Man, I will say this. The run game stuff was very reminiscent of what we've seen when the Cowboys were bad at run defense, linebacker problems.
Yeah.
And I think he was some part of that when they were able to run the football.
Is there a superstitious bone in your body, Brian?
I'm always superstitious.
To where, hey, man, Shamar by the metrics didn't look all that great.
Yeah.
But look at the points.
No, and that's,
is there something in you that's going?
No.
We're just going to run James up
I thought it was like when I went back and looked at that. When I went back and looked at, like, because I'm always curious about nearest defender. I'm always curious about who was on the field when they had big run plays. Is it a common thread throughout, or is it just individuals? I mean, there's times where run defense is Mozzie's on the field and it's an 8.7 yard per carry run when he's on the field. When Kenny Clark's on the field, it's 4.2. You know, there's things you could kind of pick up along the way. But yeah, I mean, to me, I was surprised the numbers were where they were.
Yeah.
But then when you watch the tape, the run defense to me with those linebackers were the things that were the most troubling to me watching the game film.
So do you think that the shift to man coverage was the reason why maybe your passing game wasn't as terrible as it was early in the year, and maybe that's the reason why your run game wasn't as great, Brian?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think there was some of that to it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Brian, I'm not ready to switch to offense yet. I got a little more. James Houston just keep making plays, man.
Yeah.
James Houston just keep on making plays.
Yeah.
Is he making plays because maybe he's not on the field as much and maybe less plays is better for him? Or should we try to – it ain't nothing we could do. Or should the Cowboys shoot to try to get him on the field a little bit more? Because it seems like every week he's kind of separating himself from the rest of these guys.
Yeah, we're all kind of screaming for more Houston.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you play him – say you play him 40 snaps or something like that, is it going to be diminishing returns?
Right, yeah.
Because he plays so hard every snap. You know, if they feel like they have a pattern for him, it seems to be working out. But I'll tell you what, we've been very critical of Fowler. We've been very critical of Sam Williams. We've been critical of a lot of these guys. I thought a lot of them played well yesterday when it came to rushing the passer, but I just wonder if they have an idea of how much he really, really needs to play. And if you play him more than 35, 40 snaps, are your returns is he going to get wore down that way?
Yeah. I'm trying to put him out there at least 5 more times, though, Brian. I'm trying to give him a couple more snaps. I think the more that you kind of go on, and look, and he got more snaps this game, but I wonder if that's because like Marshawn Nealon was out or something like that. That could be a thing. Yeah. But Dante Fowler, for whatever reason, rolled out the bed and decided he wanted to rush the passer today. I believe Sam got a pressure and a sack, I believe, but that's not changing where I'm at with this, Brian. I'm still trying to go. More James Houston, Donovan Ezra is fine. And if I had to choose out of who has more between Sam and Fowler. Fowler kind of kept himself safe for another week there. All right, Dante, I'm off your ass this week. We're gonna let you go out there and do your thing. But is this pass rush? Are we back, Bryan Broaddus? Are we back to a pass rushing unit now, or are we just gonna go out there versus the Panthers and get zero pressure again?
Well, it depends on what we get from that quarterback with the Panthers.
Yeah.
Is he going to sit there and hold the football? I mean, that seems to play right into what the Cowboys were able to do. You got a quarterback yesterday. There were some guys that were open. He flat just did not deliver the ball. And I think a lot of it is his internal clock is not very good. He's thinking that I've got to move, I've got to get out of here. And if you flash at him, he tends to kind of panic a little bit that way. I think the Cowboys did a really nice job of winning on the edges against these tackles. I thought that was pretty impressive. I think that went a long way for them getting off the field a bunch. They took advantage, the movement, the quick pressures, things like that were a little bit too much for this quarterback. I got your numbers for man to zone if you're interested.
Oh, yeah.
When the Cowboys played zone coverage yesterday, they played it at 83%. Fields was 25 of 37 for 226 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, a passer rating of 83.8, 6.1 yards an attempt, completion percentage of 67.6. He was sacked 5 times playing zone coverage.
Yeah.
That means they played man 16.7%. They were 7 of 9 throwing the football for 57 yards, 2 touchdowns out of the man coverage. Quarterback rating of a 132.6, 6.3 yards an attempt, completion percentage of 77.8. He was not sacked playing man coverage yesterday.
Man, are we a zone coverage? Should we run more zone, Bryan Broaddus? Should we run zone 95% of the time, Brian?
This is what's interesting.
It's fascinating, huh?
How about this?
Yeah.
In zone coverage, time to throw,
yeah,
in zone coverage, he had 2.8 seconds to throw.
Okay.
In man coverage, he had 3.27 seconds to throw. They had tight window throws at zone coverage were at 16%. Man coverage was at 33%.
So the zone coverage is technically better.
Yeah. In this game, it was better.
In this game, it made Justin Fields hold the football longer.
They had 20 quarterback pressures in zone coverage out of 45 dropbacks.
Yeah.
They had 20, almost half of their dropbacks in zone were quarterback pressures.
I wonder if the man coverage resulted in quicker time to throw for Fields because maybe they were blitzing on those man reps. Bryan Broaddus is Metric Mondays, ladies.
Metric Monday. Just another Metric Monday.
Damn. Shouts out to, I forgot who the hell Prince wrote that song. Manic Monday. Listen, Bryan, so on to the offense, okay? We talked
Bengals,
about the offensive line. The Bengals.
The Bengals. Not the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah.
Bryan, we talked about the offensive line.
Yeah.
Solid job. Shouts out to to those guys for being ready. I got a theory, Bryan. You ready?
Go for it.
I want you to call this cap or no cap. I want you to focus on this, Bryan.
I'm focused. I had my notes for the offensive line. How many pressures and stuff you want? I didn't want you to ask me that question and me not be ready.
Go ahead and read them out before I get started. What's the pressure numbers?
Pressure numbers, Terrence in 33 pass blocking snaps had 3. Brock Hoffman had 0. TJ Bass had 2. That's a solid day against Quentin Williams.
Good day, those guys. Good day, Quentin Williams.
Nate Thomas had 3. And Adeniji had 2. So nobody had more than 3.
Kim Adeniji played really well at guard, and I didn't expect him to play well at guard at all because I hadn't seen him play guard. But he lined up, did just fine at guard. Got some pancakes and everything. Bryan, tell me if I'm capping.
Okay.
I want you to tell me if I'm capping, bro. Right. I want you to focus on
capping's faking. Right. I got that. I got the fake. Got the fake.
I want you to focus on what I'm saying.
I've been trying to focus.
Just listen.
You're asking me like questions in the middle of the show.
This is what I do. We don't have a script here. Bryan, let me open my eyes. Bryan, this offensive scheme, how it's configured, is George Pickens, the run game, and we'll just call it the golden guy. Okay? And this offense, tell me if I'm capping, all this matters. This offense is Shotty and Clayton Adams finding the balance between the trio of Pickens, run game, and golden guy.
Yeah.
Let me explain to you golden guy, Brian.
I know who you're talking about.
This is the golden guy theory.
The golden guy theory.
Golden guy theory. CeeDee Lamb when he's healthy. It's motherfucking golden guy, Brian.
Oh, okay.
CeeDee's the golden guy. He get a whole bunch of targets. He's the move around.
I thought you were going to say Dak is the golden guy.
No. Because Dak responds for all this.
Yeah.
Dak is in the middle of the triangle.
Okay.
With the coaches.
Yeah.
CeeDee's the golden guy.
Okay.
Goes in motion. He crosses the field.
Pickens went in motion a couple times.
Listen, Brian. Escuchar, Brian. Hold on. Crosses the field.
Yeah.
He makes all the tough downfield catches. He might even get a handoff or two.
Yeah.
When Lamb got hurt, Turpin was the golden guy.
Yeah.
That orbit yo-yo motion, Brian.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll run downfield. He'll run some crossing routes. Take some handoffs.
Yeah.
Bryan Broaddus. This week, Schottenheimer said, not Jalen Tolbert, but the triangle's going to be George Pickens, run game, Ryan Flournoy is the golden guy. Bryan Broaddus.
Hard to believe, huh?
I don't know why Jalen Tolbert wasn't the golden guy.
Yeah.
But this week, for whatever reason that they decided, Flournoy was the golden guy with his 9 targets and 2 carries. Yeah. That's coaching. That's coaching and that's quarterback, Brian.
Yeah.
I don't know why Jalen Tolbert only got 1 target. It is what it is. We'll talk about Tolbert another day. Today's a celebration. We could talk about Tolbert on Friday when we do questions or whatever, Brian. But for some reason, I want you looking at me, Brian. But for some reason,
I was just looking down at Tolbert. Right. I just want to make sure that he did have 1 target.
He got 1 target.
You're right.
I looked this up. Dak looked over there one time.
You know when you're talking about the golden guy, you're not talking about exactly.
Tolbert ain't catching no but an onside kick twice yesterday, Brian.
I'll say this, though, real quick in his defense.
Sure.
And I'm usually very, very critical of Tolbert. His routes actually opened up. If you look at the Flournoy one that goes across the big one, the 40-yard one that start the game.
Yeah.
Tolbert drew double coverage. His route drew the safety to where there was space. There were 2 routes that he ran in this game. They're actually where the safety jumped the route thinking that Dak was going to throw the ball to him.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm now
to give Tolbert credit also.
I'm giving him credit just because there's times where he gets 1 and he has to block and he has to do things. But yeah,
Tolbert's also blocking really well too.
Yeah.
Have to say that. He's really blocking really well.
Yeah.
But Bryan Broaddus.
27 routes, 1 target. You're right.
But Bryan Broaddus.
What you're doing.
Flournoy got 9 targets.
He did.
That's coach and that's 4.
Yeah.
Brian, do you, one, according to my theory, is Flournoy the golden guy for the week? And just do you believe in my theory at all? That in this offense, there's a golden guy, there's a run game, and there's Pickens.
All right, this is especially against the Jets, and this is the first time it's happened all year.
Okay.
What's the one thing to a Dallas receiver that has not happened in the first 4 weeks this season?
Red zone jump ball type touchdown?
A guy traveled with somebody.
Okay, Sauce Gardner. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I was trying to lead the horse to water.
The
horse was all over the place today.
I got a lot of information. But Sauce Gardner, the corner number 1 travel for sure.
That was going to be a problem.
That set up everything else.
You become the golden guy when all pro corner goes with your best receiver in the game.
Sure.
That was going to be somebody was going to have to win. Somebody was going to have to win these matchups. This week, Ryan Flournoy was that guy. And
Why?
Because balls going at Sauce Gardner. The touchdown they had.
Sure.
That was some good coverage.
Damn good.
But Pickens knows how to fight. Because Pickens ain't going to separate from anybody. Pickens is not going to separate from anybody. So all of a sudden now, he's trying to fight. And Dak, he bends back and Dak puts the ball right where he needs to be, where Pickens goes and gets it. They even tried to move him a couple of times. I mentioned this. He went in motion a couple of times. They could not shake Sauce Gardner in this game. So somebody else had to win. And that was Ryan Flournoy.
Yeah.
He had to win. Somebody had to win. Tolbert, Ferguson. Ferguson had his wins.
Yeah.
Obviously, he had the couple of touchdowns. But somebody in this game plan, I think the coaches, Voch, knew going in that they had to get the ball to somebody else.
So what I'm asking you is, why wasn't Tolbert the guy that won more? And why is the disparity so wide that is Flournoy 9 targets and 2 carries Tolbert's 1 target? Why is there such a gap there is what I'm asking.
I wonder if these coaches feel like, though, that Ryan's better equipped to be that guy.
He's a motherfucking golden guy, Brian. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Lord knows a golden guy, yeah. So
I like your theory of the golden guy thing.
So with that theory, Brian, let me ask you this. We'll double down on this.
Pickens, if Lamb plays that game,
then Pickens gets to be free somewhere.
Yeah, Pickens now he's the one working against
Maybe
him.
not though, Brian. Do you think that they travel? I know that they don't have 2 corners or whatever, right?
They don't have 2 that can play.
Do you think they travel Gardner because we only had 1 top tier receiver right there? Do they keep Gardner on one side if Lamb and Pickens are right there?
I think to me it would have been one of these situations where you would have been like maybe looking at it and saying, okay, let's just keep Sauce Gardner on one side of the field. Let's put Pickens out far left and keep Sauce away from any and let everybody else kind of run routes and take advantage of that. That's the Jets have a problem. They have one of the better corners in the league that could do that. The problem is when you play that much man coverage and travel, everybody else gets exposed. Yeah. And I think the Jets got a little exposed yesterday by a guy who, by all accounts, 4th, 5th receiver.
So this is my next question, Bryan. We're going to wrap the show up on this. Segway Jones, Bryan Broaddus.
Yeah.
Does Flournoy, when we continue on this season, is Flournoy your new wide receiver 3/4 guy with Turpin, or was Flournoy only gonna be this because he's golden guy? Does Flournoy go away when Mingo and Turpin come back, or when Lamb comes back, or is this some new Miles Austin emergence of Flo getting involved now, Brian?
I want to believe this. I think with what we just saw, I think they're going to slow play bringing Mingo back.
Okay.
I think they're going to slow play this.
Mingo got 21 days?
You got 21 days.
Well, 14 now? Yeah.
But I think they're going to slow play this a little bit.
Yeah.
They're going to see what happens. But, man, through this week, and we'll see what Carolina does. We'll see how Carolina plays you. But this was a week that somebody else needed to step up because you were going to lose your primary receiver in this game. Yeah. But I believe Turpin will be back. We'll see. I think he fits right in because he's the guy that gives you the motion, the speed element, all the things that you need from him. But I think they're going to slow play this thing with Mingo. I really do. I think they're going to slow play a lot of these injuries until they kind of figure out. Now, maybe on defense they don't slow play it. Offensively, though, especially at the skill guys, I think they might be slow playing it.
Let me tell you what's about to happen immediately, Bryan Broaddus.
What's that?
I noticed you got this nice hoodie you got on.
How about that, man?
This nice Doing All Right. Go ahead and show them the hoodie.
Yeah. How about that, huh?
Go ahead and show them the Doing All Right hoodie, bro.
How about that right there, huh? What do you say?
Let me tell y'all what's about to happen immediately. Y'all immediately, put me on this one right here. Y'all immediately have an opportunity to go and get y'all some Crown Global and Doing All Right podcast merch. Hold on, zoom in on this.
Whoa, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Stuff.
Zoom in on this merch real fast. Boy, do you see the quality?
Yeah.
How thick this is for the winter months? Do y'all see what we dealing with, Brian?
Yeah.
This gonna be your damn fishing hat.
Yeah.
This look like it's gonna be a fishing hat for you, Brian.
Oh no, that's why I got it. And then I can say, and then look at that, my favorite right there. The
daggum quarter zip, the half zip.
Yep.
Measurement zip. Bryan Broaddus, we got some cool stuff.
We do.
In terms of merch over on our website there. Go down in the description. It's a long website. What it is? What? Let me get Zach a bit. What it is, Zach? E6 Sportswear, but the link is in the description. Y'all ain't got to type it out per the sound of my voice. Y'all can go find it in the description. Click it and go and get you some Crown Global Media merch. Get you some Doing All Right merch. And look, man, if y'all ask for something, we'll get you what you want.
Yeah.
We'll get you what you want. I know some people that saying, man, where I get one of them vests? They coming.
Yeah.
I know some people ask about, hey, Voch, can we get some mugs and tumblers and things of that nature? We will get anything that you guys ask for. So if you want anything in particular, go in the comments. Me and Bryan going to read them regardless. Yeah. But if you happen to let us know what kind of merch you like, go down in there and we will hold y'all down. Appreciate y'all for holding us down, supporting the Doing All Right podcast, everything that goes on here at Crown Global Media. Please be sure to tap in with us all week because we're going to be breaking down more film, talking about this Jets game tomorrow. I can't wait to get on this.
Yeah, I know you're going to get some plays.
Oh, Clayton Adams is a dude, and I'm going to tell y'all everything that happened there. And I just want to just take a second, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us every single week.
Absolutely.
A lot of times, what happens, Bryan, in YouTube land, and trust me, because I got a YouTube, black belt, is people watch the debut episode,
right?
Because it's new. And everybody wants to see what the new thing is.
Right.
But it's hard to retain the audience. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's incredibly difficult to retain the audience. And we love y'all because y'all come through and tap in with us every single week, every day of every single week. So we love y'all to pieces for that. Okay? Y'all follow him at Bryan Broaddus, and I'm VOCHLOMBARDI. We'll catch y'all tomorrow for some film. You heard? Crown.